All right, we're recording.
Perfect. Thank you. Go ahead and mute yourself, Toya. Hi, everyone. I am Brittany Howard. I am one of your diamond leaders, and I'm so excited to go ahead and be with one of the people I've admired from afar for a while now, Miss Porshea Wilkins. Thank you, Porshea, for just really making yourself available to me. I watched you from afar, and then I had the privilege of actually meeting you with this past green carpet. And I'm just excited to hear from you. So please go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us who you are. What's your zhuzh? What do you like? All of that.
My zhuzh, that's a first. I ain't never heard it called zhuzh. Well, hello, everybody. I was just putting y'all on my stories on Instagram. You know, we got to multitask and be social as well. So, hi everyone. My name is Porshea Wilkins. I live here in Richmond, Texas, which is Houston, a suburb of Houston, with my husband. We've been together, he and I, for 10 years together, 5 married, but in the network marketing profession, and for 15 years. 15 long, glorious years. And so I got started in network marketing around 2005-ish. In 2004, 2005, when I was working as a brand manager for a retail company in Columbus, Ohio. And I got my marketing degree from college, did everything my parents told me to do, followed the whole system and strategy of success and all of that. And so when I got that job, I was managing a $1.4 billion book of business for this company. I was traveling around the world on private jets, you know, rubbing shoulders with the who's who and what's what in retail. And I was broke. Even though I was managing billions, I was making $36,000 a year. And so for me, it just wasn't adding up mentally. I was like, okay, I'm making y'all a lot of money and I'm bringing home pennies. And so a friend, the executive assistant to the CEO of the company is who prospected me. She actually recruited me into network marketing. I walked by her desk and she was like, you want to earn some extra money? And I was like, is it legal? And she said, yes. I was like, okay, shoot me the info. And I got on a conference call, heard the information, loved what I heard, and was like, oh my God, there's this whole world of people out there who think like I do. I had just got into personal development, reading Think and Grow Rich, and just all those foundational personal development books. And got on a call, then went to a meeting, met the people in the area, got started at the highest pack. My investment was $1,500. And I made my money back and didn't make any more money after that. But I showed up to every event. I showed up to every meeting, every training, everything. And I got a wealth of knowledge and information. And that's part of the process. You're going to get compensated for the work you do in the business. You're always going to get compensated. Some cases it's financial, some cases it's mental, and some it's emotional, some it's spiritual, but you're always going to get compensated for your work. You just have to have the right frame of mind and the right perspective when you're looking at what you're doing. And so we built Belly to Belly. Then that's how I grew up. So MySpace was just getting started when I joined network marketing. And so and Facebook didn't even have Messenger. You could even send anybody an email on Facebook when I got started in network marketing. Crazy. So building on social media wasn't even an option. And so what we would do is go prospect outside of the house. While we were out, we would just go build the business. So if I was in a grocery store, so I was selling a juice product then, and then I changed companies. And well, actually, I started traveling and speaking motivationally to high school and college students on up to 2008, 2009. And I don't know if y'all saw the video I posted on my Facebook profile. Y'all definitely got to check out my Facebook now, because I'm shooting a lot of clips from the meetings and stuff that we're doing in our home now. They're so fun. And the testimonies are awesome. And I shared in there how I was going through a transition and I was facing eviction and repossession. I got both notices like on the same day. And this is after being exposed to network marketing. So knowing that there was another way out there, I just didn't have the right opportunity to take me to where it is I wanted to go. And so when Facebook first got Messenger, one of my first messages that I got was from a gentleman by the name of Porshea Wilkins. And he sent me a message and he was like, hey, you know, let's connect, because we had a mutual friend. And so we had never met in person though. And so we decided to connect in person. He invited me out to a presentation at a country club. And so I show up there in a well-dressed mess, because I was completely broke, but I was cute. And so, so I went to this meeting and I was one of the 12 to 15 people who showed up to his meeting. He made a list of contacts and I was on that list. He invited me out. I saw the presentation. I got started. We sold, after that, about $80 million worth of coffee as an organization, expanded our company to Australia, Thailand, Taiwan, New Zealand, Japan, Singapore, the UK. Like, we traveled all over, everywhere. We worked together. I was his top producer for the first year. And then we started dating because he was like, let me snatch you up for somebody else does. So we started dating, and then we dated for about 3 years, and then we got married. And so we've been married for since 2014 now. And we have been doing what we're doing now ever since then. And so it's been a complete roller coaster of emotions. We've been with 3 companies in our career. The first company we were with, my husband actually has been with more companies than me when he got started. We don't count the earlier ones because we weren't really like leaders building, kind of just trying to figure it out. But like from our first big success, meaning where we earned 7 figures, was in 2009 up until 2015. So we were with that company for a very long time. Never thought we would ever leave, just knew we'd be with them forever, just because the culture was awesome. It was night and day from what It Works is, male-led leadership development culture. So just look at It Works and just flip it on the other side, and it was predominantly Black. So coming here was a huge culture shock, to say the least, for all of us. Like, oh my God, where are we? But for most people who, before we joined It Works, saw that as an obstacle, we just saw it as an opportunity. Like, oh, it's wide open. That's what that means, right? And so we were with that company, and then we had to make a transition, and we joined. So that company was a coffee company. We were with them for 7 years. Then we joined a company where the dominant product was a tea, a detox tea. We joined that company, hit top ranks in 48 days, you know, breaking records, the whole bit. And then that business got sabotaged. The leaders in that company were intimidated by our vision, Project Build It for Your Last Name. They were intimidated by us. And so they sabotaged our business by just creating division in our organization. They promised to, we enrolled, they told us when we went to South Africa to build, that they would open up the country if we did 100 grand in sales for the month. Well, we grew it within 8 months to 100 grand a week. We had 20,000 people in the organization, multiple people earning 6 figures who'd never done network marketing before. And they never opened the country. They never registered product. They never did what they said they were going to do. And people suffered. They stopped paying checks. It was a lot of horrible things that went on. And it was all intentional because my husband and I's influence was growing. And and this is the definition of an enemy: anyone who tries to silence your voice or sabotage your influence. That's an enemy. And that's what they did. Successfully sabotage our business. So we were forced to actually find something else. And so we were at that point where we were like, okay, Lord, like, what you want us to do? And when we already had the vision for Build It for Your Last Name, that the guy that gave my husband back in 2015, but we needed a vehicle to align with our vision. And then when my husband got the call for It Works, he was ignoring the guy because he was like, It Works. That's just a bunch of white girls selling wraps. I'm not joining that company. I'm a Nigerian dude. Like, and he's a dude. So he was like, I can't go over there. But I heard the guy, Mike, talking about the company, And I was like, babe, just hear them out. You know, let's not judge, because we tell people this all the time. You be open-minded. Your mind is like a parachute. It only works if you open it, right? So I was hitting him with all of his own words and personal development. And so Mike got smart. He was like, I'm going to send you the email. And so when I heard him say that, I told my husband to forward the email to me. And when he did, I looked through everything that he wrote about It Works. And I was like, I see something here. The fact that they were at the time 18 years old, $500 million in sales consistently since 2014, where most of these companies we had been with were like startup companies, right? And so they were trying to crack 100 million for the whole year. It Works is over here just killing it. And we were like, but we don't know any of the leaders over here. We don't know anybody over here. And that was like a red flag in a positive way for us. Like, man, if all these people are over here winning at an all-time high and we don't know them and we're connected in the profession, right? Like, something is going on. Like, what are we missing? And so we flew to Florida and we spent 2 days at corporate meeting with Mark, Mike. We met Kyler. Did we meet Cam in that trip? We met Pam, Doug, interviewing everybody, making sure, getting our questions answered, just getting clarity on the company, because we knew that whatever we came here to do, that we were going to do it big, and that all you have is your name, right? And so you have to make sure that who you're connected to is taking you somewhere. And we needed to make sure that the company we connected ourselves with could take us where we needed to go. And so we took the 2 days and we invested at the corporate office and really did enjoy our time and like what we saw and felt good about it. So we decided to say yes. It took us about a week because we had to really see where the money was in the comp plan, because we come, once again, like male-dominated leadership development culture. Okay, no social media stuff, like nothing. We're straight belly to belly, meaning you leave your house and you don't come home until you get 5 or 10 phone numbers. How do you get the phone numbers? Starbucks was my satellite office. I would go post up in Starbucks all day, or Panera Bread, with my laptop and my cell phone, and I would meet new people every single day. I would get their phone number, talk to them about what I did, and just connect. I would collect business cards every day. I would go to networking events and just work the room, because everybody that's at a networking event is there to network. They're there to connect. So it's not weird for me to ask them for their number and all of that. So I would invest my time doing that and just building. And so when we looked at It Works, it was just so opposite of what we had been accustomed to. And so once we figured out the comp plan and all of that, we had to change the way we explain it. So if you guys have been following us, you see we do things very differently than what you guys do. And that's for that reason. We just have to change it up to you can't speak Spanish to somebody who speaks Chinese. It was just a whole different language that we spoke, right? And so we had to do things and change things to fit our audience and align with our culture, right? We couldn't come over understand and support everything that we do, which is awesome.
Portia, I'm sorry, you kind of cut out a little bit. You were saying that you have to align things with the way that you know how to do it, and you kind of cut out. Can you say it again?
Okay. So I was saying, like, you notice we do things differently than the way you guys do. And so we have to make sure that what we do resonates with the culture that we're developing and the people that we know in our network of folks. So you can't speak Spanish to somebody who only speaks Chinese. You have to adapt, right? And be able to adjust things to fit that culture. And so I said I was grateful that the corporate executives understand and support us in doing that, and are like, go be yourselves, go, Harry, do it. Because what they told us was that the company had been stagnant and they needed new leaders to come on board to help take it beyond $1 billion. You can't get to that next level with everybody thinking the same way. So there had to be some new stories come in to stretch everybody's belief, to make y'all believe bigger, much sooner, much faster. Like, who's ever come to the company and gone presidential in 60 days? Because we did it in 60 days, there's a guy in Mexico that did it in 30 because he had the example. And so all you got to, because people can only be what they see. That's why representation matters. And so now that you know that it's possible, there should the lid should be lifted, that your mind should be stretched, and you should be doing extra work to get the results. You know, and so we knocked out praise in our first 60, and we had tons of people, like tons, earn 5-figure checks for the month. And I mean, they've just been growing and grinding and just putting in the work. And so you know, we're reloading now, being more vocal with what we're doing offline, but packaging it in a way to attract more leaders and more people. There's a lot of shifting and changing that's going to happen to the company internationally as well. So, you know, I just hope that you guys are paying attention to what's happening and knowing that this is the place you should be, right? There's a lot of companies out there, good companies. Well, a company is never good or bad. It's the people that make it so. Okay. And so I believe that, especially considering that the everybody here is a faith-based business, you know, everybody's a believer. That's a powerful thing as well. And so this is a great business for you to truly go all out with, right? For you to truly, whatever hesitations you've had, to just release it and just go do the work and go build. Like, success loves speed. It's much easier to do it faster than it is to do it slow. Yeah, we went presidential in 60 days, but we have 14, 15 years of experience under our belt, right? To back us up. And so that means we got connections, we got results, we got work out there. I mean, there's like tons of videos and stuff of us teaching, training, presenting, and speaking and everything. So we've been tilling the ground. We've been putting in the work. You know, everything produces after its own kind. Strawberry seeds don't grow apples. So you have to make sure that the seeds you're planting is in alignment with what it is that you want to produce. You don't attract who you pretend to be, you attract who you are. And so if who you are attracting to your organization, if they're not the kind of people that produces what you want or does what you want, then it's time for you to look in the mirror and be like, who do I need to become to attract that person to that I really want in my group? If Jared and Portia, if could I handle a Jared and Porshea Wilkins joining my organization? You got to grow to become that person who could attract it. How do you do that? You got to OD on PD, overdose on personal development. So back in the day, okay, this was before iPhones. I had a BlackBerry with a little track thing, okay? All right. And there was these things called iPods. I don't know if y'all remember those. So the iPod, you didn't have music on your phone then. Okay, you didn't even have internet on your phone then. But we had this little gadget called an iPod. And so you would load up music to your iPod and you would listen to it. But we did not load up music. We load up personal development. That's it.
So let's talk about that, Portia. That was the biggest reason that I personally wanted to learn from you. Us as a team, we have a lot of the how-to. Our team is very knowledgeable on how to run this business, how to input people in the system, how to duplicate and train people. I noticed that specifically for my downline and a lot of my sidelines downlines, it's really, how do you think as a business owner? How do you think as an entrepreneur, a network marketer, whatever title you want to put on it? And so knowing that you have so many years in the game, how do you coach as far as how to think about this business and this opportunity? You said you hit the nail on the head. We have an amazing opportunity, and it's just about what are you going to do with it. So how do you coach as far as how it goes, how to think about this opportunity?
It's just all about what you put in, because what's in you is going to come out. So you need to OD on personal development. You need to go study people who are where you want to be, those people who you consider to be professionals. Like, my training coming up in the profession was watching videos of people who were not in my company but had big success. So look at these top companies that are out there. Who are their top producers? Do they have YouTube videos? Go listen to what they're talking about. Because we're all teaching the same thing. Okay, we're all teaching the exact same thing. No, there's like ain't nothing new. It's just coming from a different perspective, right? And so you'll find somebody that resonates with you, and that connects with you, because the principles are transferable. All the principles apply. And so by reading those books and listening, I mean, when I say OD on PD, I mean OD. Like seriously, I did not watch TV. Because we built belly to belly, social media was a distraction for us. So I wouldn't even be on social, like I would just go on fasting from social media altogether. And just when I'm in my car, there's no radio. There's personal development in my car. Back then we had cassette tapes. Oh God, I used to think I was so old back then. And so we would take out Beyonce and put in somebody else, put in some Les Brown. Okay, Beyonce got her money. Do you hear me? You understand? And so I needed to grow, and that's what I mean. My library of books is like insane. I don't want to mess up my connection. I would show y'all my library of books. And like I have so many. Like shopping for books was like better than shoes for me. Like that was it. And I got journals like stacked up this high of just for all over the years of notes and notes and notes. And I would just sit there and just write and write and write and then apply what I've learned like that same day. And so changing your mindset of this business is literally by constantly conditioning yourself. Go to sleep with the personal development plan that's going straight to your subconscious, which is awesome. Okay, because your conscious mind isn't up telling you that this stuff is garbage and it's whack and why am I listening to this, right? It goes straight to your subconscious. And so you just saturate your mind in those things. John Maxwell, How Successful People Think. Obviously, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. 1 Minute Millionaire by, I think, is it Mark Victor Hansen? The same guy that wrote Chicken Soup from the Soul. What else is over there? Come on. Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. Then I just where's the other? I'm gonna give you all of this because I literally just text this out to a group of folks. 5, the Leadership book by John Maxwell. What's it called? I'm gonna give you all the ones that I've read. Developing the leader within you. How to Win Friends and Influence People. Power of the Subconscious Mind. Success 101. And some of these books are just like 100 pages. Talent is Never Enough. I have my daughter reading that one. She's 10 right now. It's for adults, but I got her reading it because she read what we read over here. 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. The Power and Character of Leadership by Dr. Miles Monroe. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, of course. What's the other one? 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. The Magic of Thinking Big. Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. Who Moved My Cheese? What else is out there? I said The Power of the Subconscious Mind already. Now the great part is that all these books have The Richest Man Who Ever Lived. All these books have audio versions too, so you can do Audible and just listen to it. What else? think that's a good start. Anything by TR? Oh, great. She already wrote it all down. That's awesome.
Thank you, Serena. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I have another real specific question. Is there anything at this point in your career that makes you fearful?
Fearful? No.
Okay.
I've been doing this for so long. It's like I know when like I can just see stuff happening a mile away. Like you're finna have a stupid attack. Okay, let me go ahead and get out your way and let you. I let people have their experience. Never rob a person of their experience. So often you want to protect people from having their problems. Oh, don't go this way because you're gonna bump your head. Okay, just like kids when you tell them the stove is hot or the oven is hot and they still want to touch it, like you got to let them touch it. They have to feel that pain, otherwise they won't learn, they won't grow. And so don't make the mistake. So nothing scares me at all. Well, unless our income drops below 30 grand a month, that is terrifying. We're like, whoa, no more Uber Eats, canceling Christmas, get this check back up. But so you have to let people have their experiences there. And here's one nugget that I learned a long time ago. There is no problem that you have that the new group of 6 to 8 people won't solve. Now, my numbers are different from y'all's numbers. And it works. What I've learned is that you guys recruit a lot. We don't recruit a lot, we sponsor. The root word of responsible is sponsor. When I sponsor you into the business, I am sitting with you, I am talking with you, I am training you, I am getting you onboarded, I am getting you to the next level. Like you're going diamond your first month. Like everybody who joins diamond in their first month, like that's the mindset that we start with them from day one. So we develop leaders. So my husband and I, and we got almost 7,000 people in our organization right now. We had more but the Philippines flopped. But we have 7,000 now. We recruited maybe 30 some people. I don't know. Like we don't recruit a lot, but we sponsor and then we develop leaders throughout the organization that way. So it's a matter of changing. I just switch from throwing a bunch of people up to see who's going to stick. Because if you recruit 100 people a month, like that's not going to get you what you need. That's not going to help you because it's too many people. You're going to have a lot of dead bodies. There's no way you can work with 100 people in 1 month. It's not. How often do you meet with my team as a whole? I talk with
That's a good question, Serena.
I talk with my leaders every day. Our process is this: if I can't get my message to my entire organization through 4 to 5 people, I'm doing something wrong. I should be able to say what I need to say to 4 or 5 people, my leaders, and they disseminate the information from there through their success team. We don't call it downline because we don't look down on anybody. Through my success team. And so I'm in constant communication with them every single day. We talk every day, whether it's doing 3-way calls with some prospects, whether it's a game planning strategy session, they've hit a wall, they're trying to figure out how to break through, or just thinking through the business. Maybe they got an issue with somebody in a group and they want to know how to work through it. Whatever the case may be, we're in communication every single day. A team meeting, we build belly to belly, so we do in-home meetings like every day, and we do trainings on Zoom because we have teams in other places and stuff, so we do that. But that is weekly. We do opportunity Zooms where we share the plan, share the presentation. That happens. That's the daily thing as well. And then we do trainings weekly, which is every Saturday morning. And we train on the mechanics of the business and mindset stuff as well, getting the peoples together. Like, for example, we've had meetings every other day just about here at our home. And so we got a big meeting we're going to do at a hotel on the 8th. And we're just building up to more events that we're going to be doing in November as well for all of Houston.
Cool. Okay. So as you been in business it works with other companies, what has been your greatest lesson as it comes to like where you are now? And if you feel like there's not like one big overarching thing, maybe there are a few little things that have really helped you most along the way.
The biggest thing is to know your business is a living organism. Ups and downs are like, just imagine you go to the hospital, they plug you up to the heart monitor. The up and down represent life. And so that's what you want. So when the business is up, you capitalize. When it's down, you correct. And just, let me maximize, let me capitalize on this peak, go all out, do more. Business is down. Okay, what can I correct? And don't get in management mode. Learn how to lead people, okay? And you lead people by becoming a leader, which is you doing the work first, you studying first, you developing first, you growing first. Like, just the personal development, I can't stress it enough. It is critical. That's the difference, because words are spirit. You have what you say, okay? And so by becoming that, you're able to become a leader, then identify leaders. Don't manage people in their businesses. Please don't. Like, and don't. There's a difference between productivity and activity. Activity, busy work, maybe you're organizing samples. Yeah, it's for the business, but it's not productive, right? And so when you get in management mode, it's like activity. You're checking up on this person and that person, and you're spending so much time following up with everybody in your group where you're not producing anything yourself. Don't get in management mode. Don't get in management mode, and know that the ups and downs represent life.
Cool. That is really good. Sharina, like, yes, you speaking my language. I see you, Sharina. Another thing that I know for me personally, and if y'all have questions, please feel free to drop them in here. We got what time is it? Okay, we have a little bit of some time left before we actually have another Zoom on our. It's a busy night for us. Anyway, I think that one of the biggest things that I see is figuring out the rhythm between you working your business and helping whoever else you're onboarding or growing as a leader. How do you find that rhythm?
So we look at it this way: you got 72 hours to get a person engaged and get them some results before they mentally check out and they mentally quit. And so I do as much as I can with that first 72 hours. Because so our how-to is different in building, because we're in home. And so we book out their PBRs, is what we call them, private business receptions. We book those out on the calendar. We have them make a list. We have a script that they follow. They don't text and they don't Facebook. They pick up the phone and they call people to invite them over to their home. We do coaching on that. So I'll tell them, hey, here's the script, go study it. Call 5 people, then call me and tell me what they said, so I can give you some in the moment coaching. And so there's that. And then once I can feel where a person is, once you do it so much, okay, they're getting it. And so I let the eagle soar. Once I tell you what I know, you're responsible for going to go apply it. I'm not doing it for you. I'm not making calls for you. I'm not following up for you. I'm not building your business for you. I got a network marketing to have freedom, not to be anybody's boss or manager. You are an independent business owner. So you're a business for yourself, but not by yourself. But I'm not going to build your business for you. So once I lay out the game plan and that person chooses or not to follow it, the next step is for me to find the next person to do the exact same thing with. And I'm still out doing my own prospecting, because there's a lot of turnover in the profession, right? Some people who are DTs end up just being loyals, right? Or vice versa. So to manage the turnover, you have to make sure that you do your part to get them started the right way. And once you get them started, you let them go. Let them go apply it. Let them go learn. And if they're actually doing the work, they'll be following up with you. But I don't baby people. I don't message them every day. I don't send them, call them. I don't do all that. Like, we have a day. You get started on Monday. We're going to have a game planning session within the next 24 to 48 hours. During that time of the game planning session, I'm going to break down everything that you need to know to build this business. And after that, it's up to you to apply, because you're going to have They're going to have assignments. And it's their responsibility to follow up with me after they've completed that assignment. Now, if a week goes by and I haven't heard from that person, hey, just checking up, what happened? You know, or whatever the case may be. But I don't allow them to dictate the flow of my day. That's our leadership. The tail doesn't wag the dog.
Sorry, my screen got switched out. Go ahead.
I noticed that you do build your business differently. What does that look like for you? How does your how-to work with developing lists? So when we tell people to build a list, we tell them to pull out their cell phone from A to Z and physically write out every name. Mentally, there's something that happens when you get pen to paper. I know it's in your phone and you can just scroll it, but writing it down, it intensifies the commitment because I need them getting busy. So yeah, my husband spoke at GoPro. So I have them write down the list of names of contacts, and then I give them a script. I role play with them on the script, and then they contact those people to pique their interest on the business or being a customer. And then I book out 4 of their meetings for the month. If I don't ever ask a person what their schedule looks like because they're going to tell you how busy they are. So my question is, what's the least busiest day of the week for you? And if the least busiest day of the week for them is on a Thursday, then I book out all 4 Thursdays in a month. Hey, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to come to your home. If I'm local, I'm going to come to your home and I'm going to share this business with you on my behalf. Now, we have a video presentation that we use. So you don't have to learn the presentation. You just pull it up on your TV and you press play and get paid. That's what we tell people. And so they press play on the video. They give samples of the product. People take, so if I'm not local, they'll give people samples. They'll watch the video and then put them on the phone with me afterwards. And 5 to 10 people in their home is a great meeting. It doesn't have to be packed out like we do ours now, but it can grow to that, which is so much fun. You can have standing room only, which is amazing. If majority of your contacts don't live in your city, then we launch with them on Zoom. But I'm in front of you. I'm in their face. They're seeing me, they're hearing me, because people come for the money, but they stay for the relationship. You can't replace the connection. And so that's part of the onboarding process and what we do. I got to train. We have a website. I build websites and do branding and everything. So you'll see that as well from me on social. That's my other business. But we have a team website where we load up our trainings. We got a calendar for events for our organization. All the training modules are there. So a new person gets started. Hey, going over to the team website, listen to these modules. When you're done with the assignment on module number 4, on module 2, when you're done with the assignment, call me. I don't tell them what the assignment is. They go listen to it. And if they actually listen to the module, they'll know what the assignment is. When you're done with the assignment, give me a call. And so that's how we grow and flow with everybody. And we're intentional. I don't let anybody waste my time. That's disrespectful. If I tell you that I got 30 minutes, I got 30 minutes. If I've carved out time to help you build your business and you don't honor it, you don't get my time again. You can't be afraid to let people go. You got to teach them how to treat you. Otherwise, they'll waste your time too. And I don't have time for that.
That is so huge, Portia. Talk to me more about how you do that without, it's a business of relationships, like you said before. You care about folks, but at the same time, you have your own personal goals. So talk to us about how you are able to just let folks go. What does that look like?
Well, I naturally have what's called the gift of goodbye. My husband has the gift of grace. Like, everybody gets a second chance. I'm like, no, right? But you just got to be direct without being disrespectful. People respect you when you set those boundaries. So if for what I do with my daughter, she's 10 now, and she's going through this phase where the first thing that comes out of her mouth when I ask her something is a lie instead of the truth. And it's over stupid stuff. Like, Chandler, did you finish the book? Yes, it was amazing. And she ain't read the book, right? And so I'm like, look, girl, you can't play me. Come on now. And so what I do is like, and so when she does that, I remind her, like, okay, well, your birthday coming up. You said you wanted a sleepover. You just canceled your sleepover. So in the business, when people make a commitment to do something and they don't follow through, I remind them of the commitment that they made that they didn't follow through on, and how that affects what time I'm going to invest with you. I'm not desperate for your volume. You can get replaced. There's 7 points or whatever billion people in the world. So if you want to get a stupid attack, you're more than welcome to. That doesn't hurt me. I'm gonna go find somebody else. Now, you could deliver that however you want to based on who you're talking to, because all the different personality types, okay? So know who you're talking to, but it's communicated in the same way. So in business, you got 3 agreements: what I agree to do, what you agree to do, and what we agree to do together. If at any point any of those agreements are off, the deal's off. We got to reset. Okay, now you told me you wanted to earn $2,000 a month. I'll always start the conversation off with what they said they wanted. You said you wanted to earn $2,000 a month. Are you willing to put a list together for that $2,000? Are you willing to have 4 meetings at your home for that $2,000? Are you willing to do 4 Zooms for that $2,000? Are you willing to contact these people by phone for that $2,000? Because this is what you said you wanted, right? So you said you wanted this $2,000. I told you this is what was required in order to make that happen. You didn't show up to the call. You didn't show up to the meeting. You didn't do your part. Listen, I don't have time to waste. I got big goals, and I have a large vision and purpose to fulfill. And I'm not going to get it done by babysitting anybody. I'm not calling you a child, but not showing up to something and not saying anything or whatever is childlike behavior. And that's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to run a business, a multi-million. Our vision is to build an organization that does $100 million a year in sales. I do not have time to be playing with you on making your list. I told you to make a list of 100. You put 20 people on there. That is not what we talked about. You're not ready yet, and that is okay. Go read a book, go attend a seminar, come back to me when you are. Because compared to what you have to do at your job, what we do here is like playground. It's like swinging on a swing set. This is simple. It's not easy all the time because we make it hard, but the business is simple. So you just have to teach a person how to treat you by setting those boundaries and standing firm on it. They're either gonna quit or respect you. And it's okay either way. It's okay if they quit. They'll come back around, because guess what? If something doesn't apply, then you don't take offense. People only get offended by the things that apply to them. So if they know they slacking and you call them out on slacking and they get mad at you for calling them out on slacking, that's because they know they were slacking. So if it doesn't apply to you, don't take offense. But if it does apply, then hey, the shoe fits. So you just got to set those boundaries, be direct, don't be disrespectful, and let them know, like, you can't waste my time. If you want to be casual with this, by all means necessary, you go right ahead. But that's not where I am. So until you get there, here's some of the things I recommend you could do. You can read this book or read that book or attend this seminar. Give them something to do, or maybe just go sample, get some customers. Go on a 30-day blitz for yourself with the product and see what your results can be, right? There's something they could do other than waste your time.
I like that portion. I think that's a big thing that it took me a while to get past it. In my upline, she would always be like, "Girl, you tripping, move on." But that was just, I think, do you feel like that's a skill, or do you feel like that's more of a mindset?
Mindset.
Okay.
Mindset. 100% mindset.
Got you. Yes, ma'am. Do you have any I love what you have been talking about. I love how you think. I think that we need more of it, to just really put it out there. Do you have anything just in general that you would like to share with us?
I have shared everything. Be here a year from now. Be here a year from now. Work with the willing. And the fortune is in the follow-up. Work with the willing. It's easy to give birth than to raise the dead. It's much easier to give birth than raise the dead. So if that leg of business is dead, RIP. Go give birth to a new one. Have your little funeral service. Do what you need to do.
Thank you. Do y'all have any questions on here? Anybody out here? You got some more questions? Are we okay? Awesome. Well, thank you, Portia. I really appreciate your time. I appreciate you chit-chatting with us for a while. We'll get the recording to you. Cool. Again, Porshea Wilkins. We'll be seeing more of you. I can't wait to see you at conference.
Yes, all of you. We got to get pictures and hugs.
Yes, absolutely. Thank y'all. Excuse me. Thank y'all. Y'all have a good night. I'll see y'all later.